Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Travis back with another episode of the Rep by Rep Strength Podcast. Today I just want to talk about a few things that have been going on this week. Number one, on Monday, I tweaked my back a little bit, and I've had to take it easy the rest of the week. So I've still been able to get my training sessions in, but I have had to modify some things to work around just a small tweak. So that's an important note there, is to make sure that you continue moving and training and doing what you can whenever you have something flare up, minor injury or whatever. The best thing I can do for my back right now is just to continue moving around to facilitate blood flow and get more oxygen into the tissue so it can heal up quicker. So as much as possible, I've been walking around throughout the day, a little more than normal, and I've been using the reverse hyper quite a bit and, adjusting my weights accordingly. So an important thing here is to also remember that don't get married to any specific exercise. Don't feel like I must do this exercise or I must do that exercise. You need to be able to adjust and modify. You can still get variations of the lift in, but you don't have to absolutely, straight bar back squat if you've got a crappy shoulder and can't even get into external rotation to begin with. So make adjustments, continue to train. So that's the first thing I wanted to bring up. Second thing is a note on the art of coaching, communication, that kind of thing. So you'll hear people talk about coaching, regardless of what topic it is that you're coaching, but there's both an art to it and a science. So especially with strength and conditioning, there is a science, and for the most part, myself, along with a lot of professionals, will agree on probably 99% when we're just talking principles. Now, the parts that we'll debate and argue and have our own preferred methods for development, those are still up in the air. Some people might think this method's better than this method, when actually it comes down to, number one, consistency, and number two, hard work. So that's really going to be your bread and butter when it comes to getting your results. But a little bit more about the art side of coaching. So that is more of how you interact with an athlete, how you communicate with them. So with this, what you're going to have is, obviously, morally and ethically, you're going to treat everybody the same. No question. Nothing up for the debate there. But what motivates one athlete will not motivate another athlete. So you're going to have to talk to each one a little bit different. You're going to have to find and figure out what makes them tick. So 3 important letters that I remember are KLT. So people have to know, like, and trust you. The most important of those to me is the know and the trust. Sometimes people may not like you, but that's okay sometimes. You can have the know and the trust factor down, and they may not like you at times because, you're getting after them a little bit, or the training's hard or whatever, but that's okay. That'll come and go. So know, like, and trust is an important acronym to remember for communication. Along those same lines, we want communication to be simple and clear and effective. So a couple things to bring up here was, I'm just now leaving the gym. I just got done training a lady tonight, and we were working on high pulls, and I just needed to give her one cue to focus on because she was overthinking. She was trying to worry about doing all these components that we haven't even gotten to yet, she was trying to worry about doing all of those. And I said, no, for right now, all you're going to do on your setup is just reach back, and then to complete the movement, you're just going to get tall. So every single rep was the same cue over and over and over, because she's brand new to weightlifting, and it's reach back, get tall, reach back, get tall. And that's all I wanted her to focus on. And then once she gets that portion down and that becomes second nature, then we can move into other areas of the lift that can be a little bit better. So making sure that you're clear on your messaging, and you're using I think the fewest number of words possible to get the result you want is best. So something I'll keep in mind here is a quote that I heard from Tony Robbins at some point along the way that says, complexity is the enemy of execution. So I always keep that in mind when I'm coaching people. What are the fewest, easiest words that I can use to communicate what I want someone to do? There are people out there who will try to impress people and try to, show off, I guess, about, hey, look how smart I am. Let me use all these $10 words when a 25-cent word will do. And they'll go into these long explanations that are absolutely unnecessary. They're just trying to come across as maybe they're insecure, or maybe they're trying to show that they're an authority figure or whatever. When in fact, if you help people get results and you do it in a clear, concise, easy manner for anybody to understand, that's more important than sounding fancy and complicated and all that stuff. So closing thought here was I'm shocked when people don't know that I have had many coaches, throughout my life. So I've had coaches all throughout my life, and even when I was learning how to train and continue to learn how to train, I'll have people coach me, and that are further along than I am. And I'll do the same thing with business. I've had 4 different business coaches along the way at different points in my business journey here, and they'll coach me and help me with things. And good coaches are expensive. It comes down to, you absolutely get what you pay for, and I have looked at each one of those coaches as an investment to help me along the way. So with the business coaches, obviously it's been more of a high ticket price I've had to pay, and what I'm paying them for is the results that I know that they can get me, and them also telling me what I need to know, because they've already sifted through all of the information, both good and bad, and they can tell me, right now, here's the information you need. And the same thing when I was learning how to train, was the strength coaches that taught me a ton. They've read all these books, they've went to all these conferences and spoke at all these conferences and whatnot, and all they told me was what I absolutely needed to know in that moment. Nothing more, nothing less. It was, here's the one thing that you absolutely need. Let's focus on whatever it is. So anyway, with that, I actually fired one of my coaches. I actually fired my newest business coach this past week, because he, there's times where it's absolutely necessary for tough love and trying to talk to someone and have a difficult conversation. Sometimes those are absolutely necessary, but this guy, frankly, was just a straight up asshole. And I didn't appreciate the way he was talking to me. I didn't appreciate the way he would kind of position himself and flaunt a bunch of his I guess, if you even want to call it success, because the more I got to know this guy, the more I realized, shit, man, this guy's miserable, and all he cares about is his money and what he can show off and all of this stuff, and he's just a prick. So again, he wasn't having like any tough love conversations with me. He was just being a straight up asshole. And, that doesn't work. It doesn't work with me. It might work with other people, but, so if you're going to invest in a coach, make sure that it is somebody that you align with and is congruent with you and your values and morals. And this guy was one of those people who, portrayed himself one way, and then once it started diving into the coaching, then he revealed who he really was. So, if you're working with people that don't align with you, get rid of them, cut them out, get them out of your life. There's no reason to continue putting up with someone who treats you poorly and talks to you like that. So don't be afraid to go ahead and cut those people out. So anyway, just a couple items I wanted to touch on there for the week. So anyway, if you guys have questions about anything, if there's anything I can answer for you, please drop me an email at jtbarrettfitness@gmail.com. You can also join the Strength Circle for 1 week free trial, and that's just travisbarrett.com/community, and follow the next steps from there. But if you have any questions, anything I can help you with at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, have a good night.